We're back!
We're back. So a few things. We've leveled up now. You actually should have... what's your primary weapon? Another weapon?
I dual wield sabers.
Sabers. One of them is silvered.
Ooh. I've actually spent enough to get them both silvered because it's 50 gold
Done,
for
done.
100 gold. 100 gold? Alright, so
Let's
200.
add 5, make it 10 silvered arrows to them.
Alright.
That's right, I forgot they can do that. The town has reworked those weapons. You guys, what are your main weapons?
Longsword and hand axes.
There's a rapier.
So one of the 3 of the short swords were fashioned into a long sword then, and silvered for you.
Oh, okay. So I have 2 longswords then?
If you wish.
Oh, yeah.
Or you can chuck the old one and just use the better one.
No, I'll keep them both.
In case one breaks.
Golf bag. And
Put it with my armory.
I use a rapier.
do you want to have that silvered while you're here? And that we can retro that to the time when you were convalescing. Because these are things that we should have discussed prior to because of the trouble you had attacking that undead, knowing that that was the reason why you weren't able to connect. What about your weapons? Trident?
Trident.
Could be silvered or no. Okay. And what about...
Yeah, I have a rapier and a longbow, so I have arrows as well. So.
Okay. 10
Silver
of those.
arrows.
And your rapier could be silvered too, if you wish.
Yeah, I'll make mine.
So these are things that could have been done from during that time. That would be now completed.
I need to save my money to buy a boat.
You can swim now.
Can I also get my dagger silvered?
Sure.
Maybe I don't need
Right.
the boat anymore. It's what?
These are gifts bestowed on you from the Count's
Nice.
largesse for all you've done. I mean, he's going to clean up now that they can go across the river without...
Yeah.
Or I'm going to get mauled by a bear now.
Sure, well, there's still, there's still mundane dangers like that, but
Yeah, okay.
those are things they can deal with in numbers.
I can't deal with the harpy.
He was just something that was beyond their ability to handle.
They can
They
do
can charm them and make them just jump into the water. Yeah, it could be a problem.
Right on. Lure it into the boggy kind of thing and then eat you while you're sinking into the muck. You can't get away. Because it could throw rocks at you too and just knock you unconscious, and then if you can't move, what are you going to do?
Right.
The slab.
Yes,
You comprehend language on it. And
absolutely.
it tells the tale of how how 500 to 600 years ago, dwarves were lured down out of the mountains with the promise of great wealth to come and help build the city of Ronk. And many of them migrated up into those dwarven hills that you know of. And it was the wish of the monastery, those that stayed back and didn't go north, to honor their own traditions and not move further away from the hills and the mountains than that, although they couldn't stay back up. They had 600-700 years ago had been constantly in battle with the giants up in the Argarian mountains. And so it appealed to many of these dwarves that was far more dangerous, and many of them saw the benefits of just gaining wealth by building and helping with their skills, because of course they had great cities up in the mountains for many millennia until the constant battle with the giants were reducing their numbers and everything. But some of them held back and Hence the monastery was built, and those that were still of the faith. It's believed that Darien, the god of the shield, in their belief was a dwarf, not a human as it's portrayed in the kingdoms here. So it would seem that the Empire sort of co-opted one of their gods into their pantheon, and it evolved over time into... But gods can take any shape, right? So was it ever really a dwarf? Mm-hmm. And the monastery itself is truly dedicated to Darien in its older form.
It's a very old church. I think it's the oldest thing I've seen in this world.
Well, when we sought the monastery originally, we had information that it had to do with water primordial worship, right?
Yes and no. That was an assumption you kind of made. And,
was it? Okay.
Yeah, there were.
All right.
There's a misinterpretation.
Okay. So we need to seek our answers elsewhere, apparently.
Or water gods.
Yeah. The dwarves...
And there were signs there that were misleading in that way. Okay. This isn't something you just conjured up out of nowhere. But upon closer examination of this tablet and everything, this is the truth behind it.
Well, then I don't think we need to take this tab into a dwarven for further exploration.
Well,
if we have the story.
I mean, we could bring it to the dwarves, and maybe they would like to
know
about this. I mean, we did. I don't think the dwarves would mind that we vanquished evil undead. Okay. I mean, we did free their.
They were corrupted.
Yeah.
Over time, and you put their souls to rest. In essence,
right?
You've actually done them solid, huh?
Yeah. I don't know. So I guess now but we stopped here because it was on the way.
It was on the way to my family's my family's barony.
And who knows? Perhaps they have a cult to a water god underground in his kingdom that we don't know about.
Sure.
Well, you do know that there are underground passageways that lead into a cave complex that, according to some of the things you found under there, may be interconnected with those much further into the listless marshlands.
Well, you're not just looking for a god of water, you're looking for the god of the sea, right?
The burning question, the mystery to be solved is the existing pantheon of gods has no god of the sea. There is no god of water or god of lakes or whatever. And now, before the existing pantheon, there was the primordials, mm-hmm. And there is a water elemental, a water primordial worship, which is not a god per se, but more primal than that, right? More basic. And for whatever reason, that didn't translate into then there being gods.
Perhaps this is not a question to seek by adventuring, with a question to ask actually the church.
I mean, there's
one of the established
churches, right?
Yeah, like, have you thought, like, seeked out, like, serious theological...
Sure, and everyone says, my God is the right God, and my God is great, and you should follow my God. But none of them will say, oh, well, you should try this other God.
Right.
If I go to the church of A, then they're going to tell me A, and if I go to the church of B, they'll tell me B, but no one at church of B is going to say, oh, you want C.
But, so all these churches also don't claim dominion over the sea?
Thing? Like you want... Okay. Yeah, none of them do.
No.
Which is why I've gone back, why I've decided to, like, step back and go closer to primordials of water. Because if I can find what happened to people who worship water Primus and that sort of thing, then maybe there's a translation or a transition there that could be found. But and so from what I read about the world, the Primus and stuff like that are considered like backwater kind of gods. Like, people used to worship that, but now we know better. Now we worship the gods of the
They're cultists.
Yeah. So to be so these kinds of worship are found in the backwaters, which is kind of where we're heading.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's where I'm like, okay, let's go there. So I'm not looking to see, hey, let's find this great big civilization and ask them. I think what I'm actually doing is trying to find the least civilizations that are oldest and most backward and start asking those.
Yeah.
So, which is why I said, yeah, sure, I'll tag along, even though this takes me far from the shore, which is where I like to be the most.
Well, we also would know that.
Here's a cup of water.
Thanks, man. It's women in there.
We could go south to the Igarian Mountains.
Well, he has something he has to do, right? There's a reason we're heading back.
Oh, yeah, we are. We're going there. I'm saying after that.
Yeah.
We could try the mountains, like the abandoned homes of the dwarves.
We'll see what happens between now and then. This is not I don't have a...
Yeah.
Right now, I can only see the next step in front of me.
I'm trying to think, like, where...
I still think that we should go to the dwarves. Because they probably... And maybe they don't know about their kin.
You just like dwarves.
Oh, I love dwarves now. Yes.
Now.
But, Mary Bell.
Yeah. Possibly get a reward, and maybe you'll find some backward dwarvish shaman who doesn't like rocks but prefers the ocean up there.
Well, they do have sailors. I've heard tales of them.
Is this a conversation you might be having around the count's table?
Sure.
While you're feasting and such?
Yeah.
Count Zubino, do you have any input?
It's not exactly in character, but yeah. The gist of it.
I have.
I'm just curious to hear where you'll go next.
Yeah. So
obviously your great renown will follow you everywhere.
I hope so.
This belt is a dwarven make?
Yes, it appears so.
That's amazing. They'll be glad to get that back. It's probably an artifact in their minds.
Nice beard, by the way.
Thanks.
Are you clean shaven, generally speaking?
Yeah.
Anymore.
Sir Dudley is normally clean shaven, yes.
I mean, you may shave every morning.
I do.
It grows at dawn.
I do. This is not very in character.
Okay. But you heard what I said about the belt.
Yes.
And you are wearing it, right?
Yes, I am.
I'm just sitting there watching it grow.
No, it just grows overnight.
It grows at dawn.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We have to pause the stream
There's actually
and have
a
these
sound.
two switch seats. We can just Photoshop a beard into an edited version.
We'll just time
Every time we
lapse.
restart the stream, we're gonna have like CGI and a beard on it.
So, I mean, I feel we should still go and visit the dwarves.
If you guys want to go visit the dwarves, it's fine. It doesn't matter to me where we go. I don't see a strong case to be made anyway. No matter where we go, I'll ask questions, and I don't think one place sounds so much better than another place to ask questions, so I don't have a big preference.
All right.
I'll tag along.
I just thought you might want to bug some clerics, but if you don't want to do that,
I will. Wherever we go,
Good.
I will ask.
Good.
But it doesn't matter to me where we go to start
clerics.
asking.
All right. Yeah. So we'll party hard, and then we'll head north in the morning.
All right.
I don't want to leave right away. I want to do some modifications to the wagon.
Okay.
We'll find a horizon table where you're...
Did you guys
I'm
buy
looking
the
for
wagon?
What are you gonna do? Like order
We still
some
have
hubs?
Yeah, no,
we
the character
we
who
worked,
the
we worked it
wagon
out
was-
where we have the wagon.
Okay, did they work it
You,
out?
you left the wagon behind. Because
Oh,
your
okay.
wife's here.
All right.
You just got to explain it away when you get back to...
All right.
Didn't we have some weird suspicions about the town? Did we have some bad feels about him?
We
Remember?
did.
We were just all getting
we did,
paranoid
and
because it
then
was like,
he was being really nice.
Yes, bring us all the loot.
No,
and
yeah.
then we'll deal with it.
We were
Like,
suspicious of him because of like he was being too nice.
yeah.
And I guess it's just turned out he was genuinely nice.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you have a name like Sebastian Zubinhill, you don't expect that to be a nice person.
Right.
That's definitely on the back end. That's an Austin Powers.
And his son's name is Mahal. Like
Mayar.
Mahar.
But you got to remember now, he owes fealty to your family.
Whatever, we've got Drano.
Well, this is a random.
Would it be my family? Because he's kind of
Well,
on the.
it's barons and the
Yeah.
counts are below that, and
Yeah, click on that.
I know,
dukes
but
are
I would.
above,
I
and
would,
kings are above that. But
I would assume that he would like. We wouldn't be necessarily the count of like his area.
Oh, okay.
Or the
No.
man of his
All right,
area.
cool.
Yeah,
But I
you're
get, yeah,
in the
we're
same
still
kingdom.
baron.
there's
Our
a
family's
hierarchy
still
here
baron.
that, yeah,
Okay.
he might not directly need to
But that,
come when you call, when the war cry goes out.
yeah, but that works fine because that's my ideal. Is that
Makes-
you need to respect the authority
It
above
makes
you.
for some very interesting events.
Oh, no, come on, fancy lord! You gotta make the best of that.
Sir, how was your
The
back?
beautiful young daughter is drawing you up a bed.
Bad storyteller. Story changes. Yes, I threw my axe and stuck it with the arrow.
Without a doubt, she's interested in you.
All right. Well, she's not. She is of common born, though, isn't she?
She is.
Whoa. I'm not gonna make the same mistakes as my uncle.
So I was on this case. I was going. So how was your bath, Sir Robin?
Well, she's definitely pouring the hot water in whenever
Whoa.
keeping it steamy.
Why are you in the bathhouse? Oh my god! I almost didn't hear it. For some reason, Sir Dudley has the urge to tip you gold.
I mean, I got a $20 gold tip, so I'm all good with that.
Sir Dudley's still
All's
like
well
money
that
bags
has a
right
happy
now.
ending, right?
Yeah. No, in the morning though, I want to get the.
I got nothing for you. He didn't even respond.
Nope.
Right?
Gonna get the wagon tricked out with.
You're gonna get hubs on the wagon, aren't
Oh,
you?
no, I'm gonna maybe.
Spinners too.
Some
just
secret
like,
compartments where we can put some stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I want to. If this wagon's basically gonna be our mobile operations area that we're gonna store our stuff in, and like it goes with us everywhere. I want it to be able to accommodate all the extra stuff. Like I want to be able to put a chest in there in a hidden compartment that we can access. So like if we have to leave the wagon somewhere, or like we can't store stuff in a room, we can just have it in a hidden compartment. Or if we get robbed, and people are like, "Yeah, what's in the wagon?" It's like nothing. It's a wagon.
It'd be easier just to make it back to your kingdom and be like, "Hey, commission us a wagon," and just start from scratch designing
It's not
it like
my
this.
kingdom.
He's
It's
worried
my
about them
uncle's.
stealing from him.
Yeah.
No, but still, like I feel like designing this from the bottom up is going to be better than trying to be like, all right, so this is what the wagons are like, and we're now going to try
Only a
and
war
stick
wagon. I'm going to buy a
something.
bunch of pikes.
Well,
Yes,
how far away are we from your kingdom?
Yeah, just
Oh, it's another.
ox.
A month ago?
Horseshoes just get nailed in the ground.
It's at the it's close to the other end. It's
You need to
2/3
throw
of the
like
way
a-
across, so it's another
a trick.
week and a half of travel along the border
We can make it.
border road.
To his family?
Specific thing.
To his family
every day.
castle?
If you don't do this thing, the actually can break.
We're
Are
going
my
to-
adventure senses tingling along the way?
Are we trying to go back to my
Are you leaving?
family's?
town?
You said you
Going?
needed to.
I was going to bring everyone.
Um,
What?
I thought we were.
Well, the whole
okay.
point of going was because of your old character. I was going to show a tournament because we fought in the.
Oh yeah, if you've already
fisticuffs.
arranged to have a tournament set up, then you can't just.
We never
not
arranged.
show.
I never sent anything.
I've seen
to
this
set
guy
it up.
fight. He
you-
does not want to participate in it.
I thought you sent someone ahead before, because
I
a
think I did.
tournament's not something you kind of like just show up in town like, hey guys, we're having a tournament, let's do this.
No, I didn't send anyone ahead. I was just planning on going there, showing up, and being like, "We're having a tournament."
It would definitely, at this point, be a major enhancement to the lizardman patrols that go into the marshlands. So there's work for hire there.
Lizardmen like water.
All right. Let's go back to my kingdom and go kill some
know
lizard
that the hills are wide open to the south here now, and you know that up in the mountains you've got giants and orc kind and whatever else, as well as the abandoned fortresses of dwarves. That's explored. Right. Not to mention whatever dwellings the various giants have up in the
clean up this dude's place, let's clean up yours.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I like that idea. And we get to kill more fun things where I live. Lizard folk.
Are you sure you're going to hit something this time?
Yes.
Okay.
Lizardmen like to rap, I've heard.
God, I hope not.
That is a heartbeat song.
Yeah. It just jumps out. Yo, yo, yo.
Since I've got to be the lizard man. Keep in mind that in improv that's called a lay-on.
All right.
That's when you force a situation onto someone else who you're working with on stage. As if, okay, lights go up, it's the beginning of the scene, and you immediately say to somebody, "So, how did you lose your leg?" I saw somebody do this to someone, and of course they immediately put their leg up on one side and said, "Was it after the other one?"
Right.
Down on the stage he went. Because, say yes.
That's funny.
It was mean.
All right, so we can go back to my kingdom, kill some lizard folk, look at some dwarven ruins.
Maybe find dwarven armor.
Sure.
I mean, you've got dwarven weapons. Might as well complete the set.
Sure. Yes, let's go.
All right. I'm not
Not
going
in the cart.
No, I'm not going to modify the cart.
All right.
We'll just
What's our horse's name?
like a massive cut. We have 2 of them.
We have 3 of them.
We have 3 of them.
Well, hey, how many horses do we have for the wagon?
I see one
The
horse.
wagon only requires one.
Then we have 2
But
horses.
somebody else had a horse.
I have a horse. I have one.
That's right, because
So
you would
there
ride
actually
just
are 2
along.
horses.
Mr. Fancy
I have a
Man.
horse.
It's the one that pulls the wagon's a draft horse, and yours is a medium horse
Yeah.
Nice.
named.
I thought I named it. Bartholomew the horse.
Of course.
Fumbles.
Yes. Oh, I love that. Fumbles the horse.
And what is the horse's name? I guess you're the one who deals with this one. So
Name it Galahad.
Rickard.
I need to actually put Fumbles
It's a mare.
as my horse's name.
Oh.
Which one is this?
it's your draft horse. That pulls the wagon.
Oh.
It's a female.
Car River.
River. Okay.
River the horse.
River horse. That's a hippopotamus, isn't it? Isn't that the actual
river
translation from Latin of a hippopotamus? Hippo being a horse. And
Oh.
do a quick Google
River
search there and
cow.
tell me what.
I think you're right, because hippocampes, like Poseidon's steed or what?
Hippopotamus.
Yep, that is a hippo.
Okay.
I don't know what person looked at that thing and was like, that's a horse.
The river horse.
Yes,
There's
river
a
horse.
long face. In any event. So you load up the wagon, and I guess, it's a couple more days before you leave. You got things you were doing there, right? Collecting the weapons that were made, and Count Zubino is sad to see you go, but sees you off in fine fashion. There's people are asked to suspend work and whatnot and line the streets.
More reason to
Oh, how nice.
Flowers are strewn in your path.
I'm going to wave as I leave.
It's a little girly in the street crying as he's leaving.
Oh, yeah.
You being a smart asshole. You just joined the party.
Can you give us some details about that? I'd like to hear more about the things.
Oh, She's being consoled by Perinia, the wife of Volan, who was the.
I hope you're happy with what you're
leaving a woman.
There's room in the wagon.
She's looking. The wife is looking up at you sorrowfully, but she understands you're highborn, and this is not something that she would ever have expected.
Think of the change you can bring for this poor family.
Yeah. Sucks for them, doesn't it?
Oh, this is the girl that came out to you. Okay.
Well, that's a little strong. She was just obviously very receptive.
It was the girlish crush, like the town hero.
Absolutely. Hero
It's
of
the idea.
kingdom.
I like him already.
Hero of the kingdom. You're definitely a big name around here. And this is good.
Very well.
Choking you?
I mean, I'm completing my task, like my personal quest. So.
Pull the chair closer.
But then this will be... It's a mess.
There's a little more room there. In case you need it. But in any event, you're given a big send-off, and as you're making your way through the crowd, people are coming up and giving you small parcels. I made a pie.
Oh, thank you.
Salted fish. We have some salted fish for you.
Please put it in the wagon for me.
And
a barrel of it, would you?
You don't get very far. I mean, you
probably
by the time you get out the far gate, the wagon is brimming with supplies, with foods and.
We've become such a target.
Trade opportunities.
Okay, we're going to be rolling through the forest, and all the bandits are going to be like, "What's that delicious smell?"
What about your digs, which are?
Yeah.
Right, you're heading through town and out the other side. You take the long way because the crowds are lining the street.
Parades.
Yeah.
Parades for Sir Dudley. Parades for Sir Dudley and his
There's
elders.
the
I should have put
ferryman's.
Sir Dudley, aka Robin. Sir Robin.
I wouldn't have made any real bombs. I know at the outskirts of town mostly. So
Where did that come from?
That's my Python.
you would grab my chest
when they run away.
It's buried position in my.
He ran away, Sir Robin.
Leave word with someone that they should become the ferryman.
No, it's a tale that I heard back in my hometown.
Perhaps some
I've trained you all my life.
some
Here's a paddle.
craftsman's son who never has enough work anyway.
Yeah,
What am I supposed to do with this? You'll know.
Alright, if everyone's at the trade, I guess.
I mean, it's not like it's a skilled position.
Right.
Anybody can.
My friend is
You
not
take
happy
long
with
to
it.
push against.
She's watching the stream. And she's like, just
Right, but it helps to have somebody there
So
who's going to
Dudley's a
do that.
Yeah, so
yeah, you
I'll
can
find-
pass on
yeah, I'll find
and
a
say
place.
it comes with a, and this kid is probably tired of living at home anyway, so this is
yeah, you're in your own
place
place.
of your own.
Just mind the large hole under the bed. That's where I kept the chest. I kept my adventuring gear in.
Not going to touch that one.
Hey, you're lazy. It's cold in the middle of the night. You just kind of got to cut a hole through the bed and just let it go.
Okay. First order of business, change the sheets.
Right?
Move the bed. Move the bed.
Change the building.
Change the crutches. Tear up the floor.
It's just the hole and let the chest within.
I'm going to mark off 7 GP for 2 weeks of rations.
We just
got like enough for our.
We literally have a wagon of food.
How much rations? Let's say it.
all.
You can
We
sell
don't need to
rations.
write down rations?
Don't need to take. No, you've got.
You don't need to buy
you've got
rations.
these.
Okay.
We're good for the trip to my.
You've got
to
more
my
than enough
barony.
food to get you where you're going,
All right.
and then some. If you run into people on the road, you could probably give them pies and such, and run out.
We're still good? All right, cool. I don't know.
Stuff's wrapped up. Stuff will last some time.
Yep.
Wait, yeah, we do. It's in the wagon.
Are we really still doing
Yeah.
the tent thing? All right.
We don't have to put it up, but we got it still.
What?
The tent.
I don't know. If you have a tent, you pitch it, my friend.
No, I'm not going to put...
But you said that was a character thing. But you gotta live nicely.
Believe that's part of your...
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So
soon we forget.
Well, we did also...
Because I think...
Literally.
Because we talked about it where with camping and stuff, because I was with the guard, that the normal stuff is fine. But when I'm in town, I need to always have the best of the best.
That's right. You're right.
But yeah, we still have the big tent because I never got rid of it.
I'm sure you're still going to use it.
But it's good to have that when you're at a tournament. You got to set up a place to...
My tournament tent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you're ready for that. You got new armor?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You got some experience.
So we're out of town.
Out of town.
You can just stay in the saddle of fumbles long enough to do.
We begin the job. All right, roll dexterity. Half
Yep.
It appears to have fumbled.
You realize you're sitting backwards on the horse.
Where's the other competitor?
Sure.
Oh no, bad news, fumbles through a shoe. Now he has no shoes at all. So he actually evened it out.
Nice.
Well, you do see people along the road that are traveling in the opposite direction.
Would you like a pie?
Oh, thank you. Oh, wait, you're Sir Dunley, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Sir Dunley the pie.
If I get my own barony, I may as well name it that.
So wonderful. Are you traveling back home?
Indeed, I am.
Oh.
Very well, on our way. I don't like how long this conversation is going. After the last conversation we had with someone.
You should be able to make it in time for the wedding.
Oh. Yes.
Wedding?
The wedding.
What wedding?
I know exactly of what you speak.
Oh, Sir Dunley's uncle got engaged.
Wow. Fantastic.
Congratulations.
Oh, he gonna get an heir. You're gonna cut out of the family line.
Oh.
You're nothing now.
Remember that whole episode of Game of Thrones when Ramsay kills his dad and mom? Right? Yeah. We're going towards that track.
If he has a son, that would nix your chances of ever being banned.
Yes, it would.
Fantastic.
Then you're just that guy living in the castle.
Just arranged.
Eating all the pies. Sleeping on the couch and eating all the pies.
You're joking, but I want to be that guy. That is an aspiration. I want to be that guy.
I am the pie man.
What happened to the pie?
Well, a couple more uneventful days go by. You're along the hills for most of this trip, so there is the risk of banditry, but you're further into the kingdom, so it's lessened somewhat. And you're posting watches and you're getting by fine. There are others who mention the engagement. You run into other merchants, and they're all, elite enough to know what that means. So some of them, after mentioning it and seeing your face sour a bit, say, you even have one guy who says, well, maybe she'll be Baron.
Maybe, but congratulations to my uncle nonetheless.
Baron, not Baron.
Oh. That's a very good one. I'll keep that in mind.
You can work that into one of your... Yes.
Just looking out for you, man.
Thanks. Right on.
Right on, dude.
So am I getting a general mood from like the people that were passing that know about the wedding that they're not happy about it?
No. Quite the opposite.
Okay.
That sort of thing means stability. So, the less infighting amongst nobles, the better.
Yeah.
when there's a clear line of succession in any noble family, that means there'll be less choosing of sides and struggles for power.
Mm-hmm.
And that means good business. So merchants in particular are very happy when there's something like that happening. They're sad for you, of course. They all express how great it would have been if you had succeeded to the...
And just think, you have that young woman waiting back.
Oh my God.
If this all comes to pass.
Well, she's not interested in you anymore.
No.
So yeah, he loses all
Waiting for the next
lordship.
noble to pass through the town.
There's an eligible new ferryman back in the old shack. Just outside of town.
Yeah, she's gonna get to know him really well during the renovations because he has to stay at the inn.
He has the whole bench. Not good. Not a good outcome. Somebody's... I don't even want to think about it. I'll roll some dice later for that outcome. Decide where it went.
Well, I think it's funny because they know how much money we have, right? I'm expecting if we ever come back to this town that whole shed's going to be dug up, looking for holes everywhere. Where's the rest of the money? I know there's warriors somewhere.
Hidden some.
Yeah, he must have hidden some warriors somewhere.
They couldn't have carried it all.
Excavation site just roped off.
The boat's like holes are hacked in the bottom of the boat, like looking for the secret compartments.
Well, a little over a week goes by, and Dunley Castle can be seen in the distance.
Nearly home.
Yeah, I mean, it's like hours
Yeah.
away at this point. So, there's a village, a good-sized town, actually, that surrounds the castle. So,
And after a week on the road?
a little over a week.
Yeah. Of pies and
Pies,
Oh, yeah,
salted
sure.
fish, and
biscuits. We're fat and sassy.
Oh, yeah.
A week of soft travel.
Life has been good to you guys. Life has been good, without a doubt.
Well, time to fix that.
we best be heading to the castle. Fresh.
Straight to it.
Yep.
No other.
No,
none of this hiding your insignia and slipping into town quietly.
No.
Okay. Well, there are those that herald your arrival. Oh, it's Sir Dunley.
Hello.
Sir Dunley the True.
Deceiver.
You ain't got that true name though.
I've seen it without his side.
Yeah. Could be it's meant ironically. That's every possibility that.
Hello, citizens.
And of course, some run ahead and let people know that you're coming. The preparations can be made. Don't want to be the person that didn't let the castle know you were back.
Yes. Be very bad.
And whoever gets there first with the news, you get a couple of coins, right?
Right.
So
That's why you always run into corpses on the way to the castle. They really play dirty to get those few extra copper pieces.
Price of a man's life.
Yep.
One of your distant cousins comes riding out with a small entourage of what could best be described as ne'er-do-well, lesser noble, several removed, bottom of the food chain types. And they greet you. Hello there, Dunley.
Hello, how are you?
Doing well. Doing well. Shame about your uncle being engaged.
And why was that?
Well, you know.
I'm
I
sure
think
that
we
we
all
all just
know.
get that look at him behind
We
his
all
back.
understand the implications. Dunley's slut.
Everyone looks at my back like, you idiot.
This fella's name is Vorain.
Vorain.
It's not like I have to give that hatchet back.
You have that magical hatchetback, huh? Yeah.
Well, congratulations to Uncle.
Mm-hmm. Don't you think so? He says to Bartle Bix, who you know as a sort of a sagey type that always hangs out with this guy. You suspect he dabbles in arcane magic.
Okay.
But these are the guys that always manage to find some excuse to not go on patrol and not participate in the tournaments and just go out carousing.
Yeah.
Spending the family wealth to just have a good time rather than to actually do anything purposeful with their lives.
We'll accept the bath offers.
Oh, yes. There are a lot of bastards in town here. That
So has Uncle announced any tournaments?
Go straight back to the tournament.
I mean,
hey, you're going to be kicked out soon. Can I play the game?
Has Uncle announced any events leading up to his wedding?
Oh, well, there'll be a big tournament, of course.
Yes, of course. I only recently heard about the wedding on my way back.
Shame, my main stallion's gone lame.
Oh.
Because I'd love a chance to compete.
Yes, I know you would.
Sure, Dumley would be willing to lend you his fine steed for a run or two.
Who's this?
Some commoner that we met along the way.
Pay no mind to him.
He is here to merely escort me.
Barnabix leans over to his buddy. I believe that's the ferryman of the ferryman.
Oh, how the tables have turned.
He of the long pole. His entourage has a good laugh.
Of course.
I will also join in on that laugh.
That's another good one. All right.
Yeah, he has a long pole. Got it. Drano of the long pole.
Drano Longpole. Good. Yes. Well, we'll escort you to the castle.
I appreciate it.
And they ride along. And Elf, sing us a tune, would you?
Oh, God, no bagpipes, no
Bagpipes.
bagpipes. No bagpipes.
Yeah.
No
Flips the silver your way.
A silver?
I had the bagpipes out. I'm waiting to hear what song you're going to sing.
Do you go, Master Deli only paid us in gold?
Well, let's hear it first.
Let's see.
Perhaps while you're here for the next week waiting for the wedding, you can make quite a bit of cash if you're any good.
All right. Yeah. We'll do it with the harpy. A lesser version of in the town, just like I'll put him to the front and center of it, but not like to the extent that
he was all on his own.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Part of the group, but stepping up and doing his part.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'll roll it.
I'm helping.
Okay. You're helping.
Okay.
My bagpipe.
Helping with the chorus and throwing in a few.
That's good. That's
I'll
Yep.
be
A few
stuffing.
bagpipe riffs.
I'll
Yep.
be stuffing some delicious berries in my ear.
Okay.
Berries are good for multi-drink.
They said 25.
Well, that's great. You're really on point with this
I've
one.
had practice. I've had weeks of practice to do
Yeah.
this. So it's just
He takes a small purse with another 5 silver in it and tosses it your way.
all right.
An excellent tune. And at this point, you've gotten up to the castle and, well, we'll see you, Dunley. Good luck.
Thank you. And to you as well. All right. So I'll get off my horse and give the reins to the stable boy that I'm guessing is nearby.
Leans towards you as you're straggling behind and says, "We'll have to have words later."
Alright, I'm just gonna settle down and
Looking for news from Babe-Law.
So yeah.
So not to be the 5-year-old, but are we there yet?
Yeah, we're there.
Drawbridge is down. You go inside. The guards are all at attention. There's a fanfare on the gatehouse, and some trumpets are blown, and out comes your uncle, and he's got this young, blushing gal on his arm who's incredibly attractive.
It's a witch.
He's not.
crap.
He is not in the slightest. He caught a claw in a lizard skirmish way back when that took out one of his eyes. But he doesn't wear an eye patch or anything. He just wears that like a badge of honor.
Nice.
And it flayed open his nose, but that was stitched up, but it's mangled still. And he's not a good-looking fellow. And he wasn't
These
before.
two are like bookends, huh? Is what you're saying? They're just
Yeah.
a matched set.
Is she already
Oh,
pregnant?
yeah. She doesn't appear so.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
What critical level is this wedding? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Good day, Uncle. How are you?
He's just laughing.
Yes.
Points at her.
See, Uncle. I'm gonna get off my horse.
He comes forward. He puts his arms around you and
Yeah,
gives you
give him a hug as
pat
well.
on the back and. And the steward of the castle. Should I prepare a meal for the return of Dunley? Oh, yeah. He's never really spoken a lot.
Has he always been giggly like this?
No.
Definitely a witch.
More growly. A lot more growly. But he was always a man of very few words.
Just very pleased.
But yeah, he seems quite pleased with
Yeah,
himself.
Uncle, shall we go inside?
This is gonna be fun.
Yes. After you.
And he goes, puts out his arm. She takes his arm and they walk arm in arm inside, and you're following along. And
Well, at least your family's supportive of you.
Yeah. It's great.
inside you go.
Yep.
The steward comes near you and says, "You are obviously road weary and weathered.
Yes.
We'll make rooms ready for you in your group.
Thank you. I do appreciate it.
Get the road dust off and see your uncle and his bride-to-be at the feast."
Yes. So,
Maids and servants are dispatched to prepare things for you, and probably that's already been underway since runners came ahead to say that you were coming. And you're shown to rooms, and you already have a room here that's always yours, so they don't even let guests in it. But there are guest rooms for the rest of you.
Okay.
You got to pair up, though.
All right.
should I go waterbed?
I'll stay with the long pole.
All right.
Okay.
Let's go to room.
Bards together.
Bards together.
I won't be in the bagpipe room.
And it's a suite. You have separate sleeping areas
Sure.
and a common...
Totally. That is good.
Likewise, you two each have areas off to the side that are curtained off where your beds are, but there's a lounging area with a fireplace and
yeah.
How long are you taking? What are you doing?
I'm gonna wash up quickly, and then I'm gonna put on my fine clothes and put on don my rapier.
Okay.
Very.
Your freshly silvered rapier.
Rapier's not silvered. His is. Mine's not.
Okay.
Mine's not. And then I'll store all my other items in my room.
The hand axe?
No, hand axes will come with me as well.
Hand axes. Okay.
I want to buy a harp.
In the castle.
Yes, the castle
Can I-
gift shop should have one.
Do I have time?
Kind of customary that you would probably ask somebody like the steward to
Yes.
see to something like that for you?
Oh, can I also ask the steward for a new set of clothes then?
Sure.
Sure.
Sure. They
I'd like that.
can be
A
set up
large harp.
proper garb, and we'll look into the harp and
Fantastic.
find out what prices are, and looking to spend any particular amount.
Say 40 gold.
Okay. What's the typical one?
I don't actually know.
You're in like the right price range.
I'm in the right place. Maybe it's
Is there any musical?
oh, here it
instruments
is.
in there?
Harp.
Thought
Oh, there's
there
no
were.
harp. A lute is 35 GP.
Okay. Well, you're not looking for like a harp that stands
Yes, I
on
am.
its own on the ground.
Yes, he is,
You want
apparently.
something you can travel with, right?
I mean, we have a wagon.
Not something you put in a room and leave there and go to every time you want to play it.
I want it to be mobile, but I want it to be large. as
On
well.
wheels.
I want it to be too large to carry when I'm adventuring.
Too large to what?
To carry when I'm adventuring.
So you want to buy a harp that you're going to leave at this castle?
No, I'm going to bring it with me in the wagon.
Okay, that's adventuring.
Okay. I want it to fit in the wagon.
You want a harp that will fit in the wagon.
Yes.
Do you need a separate wagon for this harp?
No.
I hope not.
Perhaps a harp trailer that
No.
attaches to the back of the
Full
wagon.
touch is goosh harp.
No.
I want it to fit in the wagon. I want it to be a big harp, though.
He can
just
get
get
whatever harp he wants. I will buy him a mule to drag the harp along
To
behind.
just,
If it means that he's rid of the bagpipe.
now, you know,
I want it to be
it's
like
going to
a...
require a case so that it doesn't, constantly get weathered. And
Oh, absolutely.
And be out
Yeah,
of tune
yeah,
all the
this
time.
is
This is what
Will we
he's
require an addition to the cart?
She's like this. How
rumbling around on a cart. It's not the best thing.
You're aware that these
Drum,
harps are
that's
typically made out of like solid materials, and they're not picked up. They're just leaned into you, right? Because they're too heavy to pick up.
Well, I want one that's like really big, but still
There are
portable.
smaller harps that you cradle in your arms and
Right.
play.
And
These
that's a
are-
lute, right? Isn't it? The one you hold in your heart?
Because
Because
the
the
big
big one,
want to be big.
You want a big one that he has to carry like this.
I understand.
I want a fashion accessory.
So I'm going to ask you a question. How are you going to
Two
get it
pedal.
into the cart?
I'm gonna lift it up and put it in the cart.
What's your strength?
So,
I should be able to lift
so
it.
that's not a normal size.
I
harp,
mean, not a full-sized harp that's bigger than a person. But there's got to be like a medium-sized harp that's bigger than this,
Sure.
and yet is still you can pick it up.
There are harps that have a profile. I've seen harps that have a profile about the size of this frame.
Yeah, it's perfect.
But they're still heavy. I mean, you wouldn't be able to, have one in your arms on horseback
Oh no,
or while you're walking around.
I want it to
and-
be-
And to be able to play it.
I want it
You
to
would have
be
to be
a fashion
stationary.
accessory when I'm in.
Look, that elf is classy. I wonder if he knows
Okay.
how to play.
And it'll need some sort of really fine traveling case.
That's fine.
You're talking probably closer to 140.
Fine. 140.
Closer to 100 than 40.
Yeah,
Somewhere in
that's
there.
fine. 100's fine.
Okay, all right. Well, the steward now has sussed out your intent here, so he can shop for this for you.
Good.
And he will return with prices and information on whether something like this is available and
Fantastic.
what it will require, and then it will
To give him some extra motivation, I explained to him, I don't think my bagpipe is appropriate music for a court.
It's not appropriate music for road travel.
You're smarter than your average elf, aren't you?
All right,
Just
we
a
went
bit.
up north more.
I mean, certainly the bagpipe is a fine addition to any taverns, amusements. But you're right, for courts, a harp is the thing.
It is the thing. I
Very good, sir.
haven't counts.
I shall
playing the
endeavor
violin,
to
I-
please.
Thank you.
And our dresser here will bring you the clothing of your choice. Just
Excellent.
describe what you want to her, and she will arrange everything.
Sure. So I had this talk with her, like figuring out what the style in the kingdom's like. I got a nice floral dress.
How much do you want to spend on this sort of thing?
15 gold's fine.
Okay, that's plenty enough for a very nice gown.
Yeah.
Anybody else looking for any special? No. You have all the finery you want?
I do, yep.
And certainly Dunley's all, right? And your other accoutrements are already here in your own rooms. What about you two? Something else that you need or
Finery is
anything
not my
special?
character style.
Okay.
I am
You're just beating the dust off of your clothes as such as they are.
traveler. I'm not going to be embarrassed in traveler's clothes. It should be okay.
Embarrassed? That's
Sounds
up
good.
to you.
Well, I don't
Then
get
no,
to see
I won't
you.
be.
I don't tell people how their
Oh,
characters
yeah.
feel.
Get the three
I'm
nice looking
proud
I
of
tell you
people.
what others are
Just
doing when you're
the
there.
two Aragorns
And you
over here.
decide.
Yeah.
The bottom of my boots, the crease in the
Whatever.
leather.
Because there are footmen here and others who are offering to shine your boots and clean them off and do all of that. If you're going to be dining with the Baron, then this is
That's fine.
something they expect.
But I don't want to have to buy new clothes.
No, you don't.
I have clothes already. I should
Sure.
have to buy more.
You're wearing them.
Right.
Yeah. They'll clean them for you.
Yeah, that sounds
They'll
great.
bring you a robe and something to wear while you're...
If they want me to wear a robe, sure, they can bring me one.
Well, there are young
Hey, roomie.
ladies. there are youngsters here in the castle that might...
Try to give you a bath.
which probably shouldn't be subjected to.
As long as it's not by he with the
Wanted
long
nudity.
pole, I'm okay.
Loving elf. Yeah.
Fine. Then I will go to one of the footmen. Question: fine, tall black leather boots and nicer gray tunic.
Oh,
Nothing
okay.
overly
Yes.
nice. Just
They're fine enough. Just cleaning what you have if that's all you want to do.
no, you're not cleaning my adventuring gear.
Okay.
Can I suggest a cape?
No.
No capes.
All right. Well, if you're going to actually get some clothes and look up the prices and stuff, and they'll be arranged, they'll be brought for you. You'll have a personal shopper who will go into town and go to a clothier and pick out something for you that's appropriate based on what you're willing to spend. So, just mark it off and you'll be good to go.
Yeah.
You'll hear from the steward that it'll be 2 days before the tournament. There'll be a week's worth of festivities, and on the 5th day of that week there will be a wedding.
Okay. So the tournament's in 2 days? I'm pretty sure we all have gotten to the point that there is a plot in hand right now.
I don't know. Has your character understood that?
No, yes.
I mean, they have no reason to kill you.
What?
They have no reason to kill
No,
you.
I'm expecting a plot against my uncle, mainly because...
Well,
Well, that's a really big reason, is because He's normally never like that.
No.
And
he's as sour as anything you.
The only reason that
he's a grizzled old frontier veteran.
Yeah.
He has no joy in his life.
Yeah.
So he's had
the only reason that he would get that he wouldn't have a bride like that
years
is if
ago.
he's being used. It's
So at some point when I have a silent moment with him, Sir Robin.
Oh my God! Suddenly.
I'm sorry. My mistake. The spell we used to kill the harpy.
Yes.
Would also cause a shapeshifter to lose its form.
We're just gonna burn.
I mean,
for whatever that's worth. Just so you're aware.
Tell me, what do you think is going on around here?
I have no idea. I don't know. But you say your uncle is acting strangely, and
so
certainly
26 gold for.
Certainly, it's an unusual situation.
Lifestyle. I don't know. I didn't find individual clothing prices.
During the night of the ton, feast,
nicer stuff without being fancy.
Will the moonbeam actually just project a beam, or can you just call out the moon to do that?
No,
it's going to project a beam.
Hurts.
All right. We might just have to.
That's not something you do just to test it, right? Like, yeah.
Okay.
On the way in through town,
but
how many?
If your suspicions are strong,
they are.
This could be something that could be a reveal, but you'd want to know ahead of time that it's going to have the effect you expect.
Yeah,
and not just murder a woman.
I have an idea.
Or perhaps your uncle has been replaced as well, if it truly is for him.
So I'm going to send a footman to get the rest of the party.
Okay.
The rest of people I came with. And then he's already at my room.
Everybody going?
Sure.
Yep. Yeah. We'll all gather.
Okay. So, I feel that there's something amiss going on. This is in my room, so the footman shouldn't be able to hear this, or this conversation.
Okay, you dismissed.
Yeah. My uncle is acting strange. I believe that he is being bewitched or corrupted or has a spell cast upon him. That is going to lead to some issues with my...
Maybe he's just a happy man.
Nope, that is not the case at all.
I seem pretty happy to me, so...
Have you known him your whole life?
No, I don't even know him at all.
He seems pretty happy.
Exactly. So, I
think he had an excellent bath today.
Maybe he's just an old man who finally has found love.
Yeah. I doubt that's the case either.
Have you seen the woman he used to marry?
No. It's fair. But do you see what my uncle looks like? Do you see the woman he's about to marry?
I can understand that. The same reason that servant came on to you. She is not nearly half as comely.
All right.
It's true. You are pretty ugly, and that girl was quite sweet.
Oh wait, hang on. Do I have a beard?
You do.
Yeah.
No, there's
every morning we should have been checking.
Yeah.
But several mornings you probably would have had to shave extra.
Yeah. 3.5 mornings you woke up with a beard.
Yeah, 3.5 mornings.
There you go.
Works. All I ask is that you guys keep an eye out for anything suspicious activity.
Keep an eye out for your uncle.
Yeah.
You know, there is magic.
It's been done.
There is magic that could answer this question.
Oh, so I've been told. You're more than welcome to cast that on him. Just do it, quietly.
I mean, what if he detects it?
What
are the laws of magic use in your
So you
land?
said you have something, or is that the only thing you have that can...
Go ahead and do it. Just don't
dispel or disguise.
Don't get caught.
If her uncle's a doppelganger, we could expose him. If she's a doppelganger of some kind, we could expose her.
Mark, actually, I'm going to bring my silver longsword with me
we
as
want to know
well
ahead of time that they were
Right.
suspicious.
to the dinner.
Might I request
Sure.
that we give myself a moment?
Bring my rapier and my violin,
Constant.
just in case some entertainment needs to be.
Absolutely.
I have an idea of how I might be able to do it. I'm going to show my uncle my silver
I will
longsword.
kind of mosey
And
on
if he
to
shies
a
away from it,
comfortable corner of
Because we know the reason we got the silver is because we know that it hurts.
Well, it
magical.
depends on where you're going to sit next to your uncle.
I mean, I'll probably be sitting close to him. Or even then, I'll just have a servant.
I
or
can use my
I'll
action
get up
to
and walk
expend one
over and
ranger
show him.
spell to focus my awareness on the region around me. For 1 minute per level of the spell slot I expend, I can sense whether the following type of creatures are present within 1 mile of you.
Yes, at
And
funerals.
then up to 6 miles if I'm in my favorite terrain, which is forest.
Detect poison and stuff on his food. See if he's being
So
poisoned
that's
or-
targets aberrations,
Yeah, that's a
celestials,
good idea.
dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead.
around him. And then if someone else
Now the idea here being,
I can do detect thoughts.
would be a good.
Yep. Oh, you also get detect thoughts?
Yeah.
No, but I'm gonna look for poison.
Oh, okay.
So
I don't know how my clients.
so
wanna
this is you
have their music
looking
played,
for
you know?
signs.
Yeah.
This is me just kind of.
No, that's how I'm explaining how this would work. This
I
is,
can't cover a full mile looking for signs.
Sure. Yeah, but the town is that big. So you'd be wandering around at busy streets of a community.
Practicing magic.
For anything like this to be around, it would not go unnoticed by the people that are there.
Because the way I've always seen that is that it's just kind of like you can sense a presence. It's not like an active search thing.
Something we could do is at the tournament, if you cast the moonbeam,
But you're focusing
on my
your
uncle or
awareness
his
on
wife,
the region around you.
we could.
This
this
is
is
kind of like
you.
an internal meditation
Yeah.
thing. Is
Don't
how
worry
I've
about
always
that part.
seen it done.
yeah, say that when you're not
Get
the
up
one getting
and-
it.
Well,
thrown
we
at the
can
claim.
pin it
roam a
on
mile.
Bartle Bix because he practices.
Yeah, see,
arcane.
I'm interpreting this more as
So if you could
you're
do it
wandering
sneaky
about
like,
and keenly aware of any signs of these kinds of creatures and
we
whatnot
feel like we
being
have
around.
regardless that he is.
Or
And if
whether
it turns
you
out we're
think
wrong
that
and we just
your
toasted
way
half of my
or
uncle,
the way I'm suggesting
we
it
can pin
works,
it on someone who is not good for
any
the kingdom
of these
and is a
kinds of
slacker and
creatures
a-
that were around
Alright,
We either
would
kill
be
2 birds with one
noticed
stone or
by
we just kill a
people
bird
in
with a
this
stone.
town,
that's not just for
which
tonight.
spreads
For tonight, though,
miles.
let's try to get as much information
I mean,
as we can.
You got the town
Yes.
itself, and then
I
you have
completely
farms
agree.
and nearby smaller thorps and villages, right?
So I'll check for
And
poison.
so this
I'll
is-
check for magic.
As far as
Mhm.
on
this
him.
kingdom is, this is the most populous area of this kingdom. It's around the castle of the Baron. It's as populous as any other place within this kingdom. For something like any of these, nobody would miss an aberration or a dragon or fays or fiends or undead. They would just not.
elves count as fays.
Yeah.
So
I see what you're saying.
I
So
mean-
you're looking to see if maybe there's an elf lurking around
yeah,
here
so
somewhere.
if I can sense something other than just the typical mundane.
That's fair. No.
Yeah, so, all right.
Those shape-shifted demons.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to. There's a dragon. No, it's just.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, I didn't understand specifically what you were looking for. But no other elves anywhere in this town or nearby region
All right.
that you're aware of.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to go down to the dinner.
Well,
Okay.
yeah.
So this group splits up and heads down to the big feast and everything. And
Yep.
oh, you're seated at the high table.
Yeah.
The others are given some space off to the side.
Somewhere.
Of honor.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You traveling with Sir
I
Dunley?
thought it would be in the nosebleeds.
No,
Well,
there are.
Sir Dunley. is-
No, but that's where the ne'er-do-well bunch is that you met on the road when you got into town. They're in the lesser section. You know, the obstructed view section.
What a strike to their honor that elves are seated better than them.
If they're traveling with
If
you.
only they knew about me.
Sure. Until
Would I be able to make my way not where they.
By the way, Uncle.
Honor seats, but
Listen
kind of
up.
more off to the narrative.
So I'm waiting for.
yeah, if you want, people can wander around.
Yeah, well, because the one that expressed interest in
You want
talking
to
with
take
me.
it?
So.
It gives me an excuse to
I'll
go
try
Yes.
cast
You
a couple
catch
spells.
You
it.
could totally just like
Bartle
swallow things,
Bix.
just like, hey, yeah, so,
Bartle
Well, I'm gonna,
certainly takes you
before I
aside.
do that, I'm going to show him the silvered sword and see how he reacts to that.
Welcomes your conversation and
But I'm just
fills
saying,
your glass
the
and
chance
to come up there
step
and
over here.
take poison.
Yeah.
by a pillar, off by a thing.
Time for a break. We'll be back in about 5 minutes.